Welcome in to the NBA Now mailbag. I am Will Scott answering your questions during our Wednesday live show. We're going to be live a lot during the NBA offseason, so be sure to subscribe. With the finals in the books, the offseason is officially here. We're keeping you in the loop with all things NBA, so be sure to hit that sub button below. Gary, we appreciate the question, my man. Could you see the Kings trading for Beale? They weren't one of my top 10 destinations, Gary, but I've said this before. I'll say it again. I think that there could be a dark horse like Sacramento that emerges here for Bradley Beal. And look, the Kings had a great season. They finished third in the West. They took the defending champs to 7 games in the first round. So the Kings aren't messing around. They want to take the next step to become a legit championship contender. Here's why I don't think they're going to trade for him. I don't think they're interested in giving a 30-year-old all that money. I mean, he's owed over, $50 million when he's 34, 35 years old. So I just don't think that's how the Kings roll. I think they're going to want to add maybe a younger guy. But I do expect the Kings to make some type of big trade this offseason. Coach Treadhead, you're a real one. What's up, man? Poole and Kuminga to the Wizards for Beal. That is what a package would look like. I think it would take a little bit. It would need to take a little bit more than that, maybe a pick or two. But Brian Windhorst has said that don't be surprised if the package for Bradley Beal is not anything crazy, just because his contract is not great. But I should say the Warriors could enter the Bradley Beal sweepstakes. They're one of my top destinations. I think it could make some sense for Golden State to add a guy like Beal, move on from Jordan Poole and Jonathan Kuminga. And we did hear this morning that Jonathan Kuminga could be getting shopped. Very possible that the Wizards will maybe take him on in a potential Bradley Beal trade. Ruski, what's up, my man? What do the Raptors need to do to win the NBA Finals? Is the new head coach going to be it? Or what player in the draft should they go for to make them an elite team that they once were? Look, the Raptors, you look at what they did this past season, they underachieved. And I don't know if that was on Nick Nurse. I don't know, who that was on. But the Raptors are still looking for their head coach. I don't know who that's going to be. Becky Hammond's interviewed. J.J. Redick is interviewed. So I don't know who is ultimately going to get that job. But it's going to be a big hire, and I think that hire is going to be huge in the future of the organization. The Raptors could do one of two things. They could blow it up, try to rebuild with this new head coach, or they could try to add some talent, become a contender again. Now, what do they have to do to become a contender again? You can't trade Siakam. I don't think you can trade Anunoby. I don't think you can let Fran VanVleet walk. So it's going to be tough. You got to pay those guys. You also got to maybe make a move for a guy like Bradley Beal. Maybe the Raptors can get involved there. Jaylen Brown as well. Condo Rondo, what's up? 76ers should go all in on Bradley Beal. I completely agree. However, I would not trade Maxey for Bradley Beal. I just wouldn't do it because I think 2 years from now, maybe even next year, Maxey will be a better player. I don't really think that's a hot take. Maxey averaged over 20 points per game in his third season. He keeps getting better and better. He's a great player. We heard that the 76ers would not be interested in trading him for Bradley Beal. But if Philadelphia, and this is not going to be easy, can somehow put a package together for Beal that does not include Maxey, they should do that ASAP. Should the 76ers trade for Bradley Beal? Yes or no? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know. I would say yes, but not trading Maxey. You just can't do it. You cannot trade Maxey. He's going to be a star in this league. Should the 76ers trade for Beal? Let me know down in comment section. Zal's Gamer, and what's up, bro? If the Rockets pursue Austin Reaves, what can they offer? Well, Reaves is a restricted free agent. So they can give him a deal that the Lakers could potentially match, and it is believed that the Lakers are expected to match any offer that Austin Reaves gets. So that being said, the Rockets would have to overpay. You might have to give, and this is going to sound crazy, Zal, you might have to give Austin Reaves like $20 million per year. 4 years, $80 million. in order for the Lakers to not be able to match. You have got to give Austin Reaves an offer that, number one, he can't refuse, and number two, the Lakers can't match. I think that would be 4 years, $80 million. And based on the way Austin Reaves played this season, especially down the stretch, I don't hate that deal. I mean, there's people that, clowned. Obviously, I'm not comparing the two players because Brunson was far more accomplished than Reaves last offseason. But people clowned the Knicks deal they gave Brunson. That's worked out. So let's say they overpay a little bit for Reaves. It's possible that could be worth it in the end. And I think there's some Rockets fans out there, just based on the age, that might pursue Reaves, that might prefer Reaves over Harden. So the Rockets are expected to pursue Austin Reaves if they can't get James Harden. I think they should go after him either way. Crazy Blade, who will the Heat get in the draft? They have the 18th overall pick. That's a great question. I know my guy Nick Roloff would love Jordan Hawkins to somehow fall to 18. I think it's very possible, Crazy Blade, they trade that pick, maybe for Bradley Beal. So that's something to monitor as well. It's your boy. What's up, my man? Seeing timeline of a Dame and Beal backcourt in Miami, thoughts and percentage you give it to happen? Both? 0% chance they get both. The percent chance of them getting one of those two guys? 70%. I think they will get at least one of Damian Lillard or Bradley Beal. Which one would mesh with Jimmy Butler better? That's what you got to figure out, and you got to make that move. Might be a little bit cheaper to get Bradley Beal just because that Beal contract is rough. Be sure to subscribe. The NBA draft next week is live on Chat Sports. We are going live next Thursday. Subscribe, turn on your notifications. Going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have the best draft coverage for you here on Chat Sports. Alize, what's up? Poole and Kuminga, Moody and picks for Mikal Bridges and sign Chris Milligan. I think it's going to take a lot more. It depends on the picks. If it's first-round picks, yes. Second-round picks, no. That's not going to be enough to get Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges, not going to be easy to trade for. I mean, keep in mind, Brooklyn, after they acquired him in that Kevin Durant trade, they turned down 3 first-round picks. So, and then you look at the numbers he put up once he got to Brooklyn, that upped his value. So I don't think the Nets would be interested in Poole and Kuminga and Moody is the kind of the players involved in that deal. It would take a lot of picks as well. Not going to be easy to get Bridges. Arthur, thanks for the question. Sixers trade Tobias Harris and a player or players and picks for Bradley Beal. Yeah, I think Harris would have to go in that case, not just because the Wizards would want him, but probably from a financial perspective. You'd have to unload Tobias Harris. Picks, again, it's going to depend on the picks. First round, second round, probably first round picks for Bradley Beal. But yeah, I believe Tobias Harris would have to be involved if you were to trade for Bradley Beal. But again, you should not trade Maxey. Gary Sanderson, could you see the Jazz overpaying Austin Reaves? Yeah, I could. Danny Ainge, I could see him going after a couple different guys. He has been linked to the Jazz, Austin Reaves. I could see a lot of teams overpaying for Austin Reaves, not just the Utah Jazz, because he's a restricted free agent. You might have to overpay for a legit shot to get him. Blake Robinson asking the best fit for Chris Paul. It's hard not to say the Lakers. I don't think that they want to bring D'Lo back. I think they want to move on. I think that Chris Paul would love to play with LeBron. Now, do the Lakers give him the best possible chance to win his first ring? Probably not. He might have a much better chance if he goes to a team like Miami or Boston. But best fit, probably the Lakers. Where will Chris Paul play next season? Let me know down in the comment section. I'm going to say Lakers. That's probably the obvious answer, but let me know your thoughts down in comment section. Tornub asking if the Knicks make a move for a star, should they trade RJ or Randall? I personally think RJ has the higher ceiling. Do you agree? I don't agree, actually. I think RJ, I don't see him getting a whole lot better than he currently is. He's a decent player. I think he had somewhat of a disappointing season this past year. Julius Randle had a pretty good season. So I would say if you had to keep one of those guys, I'd probably keep Randle. RJ's contract, not great, getting over $30 million per year. I think there's a far greater chance they trade RJ Barrett, than Julius Randle. Logan asking about the Spurs. Do you see the Spurs trying to trade to get another first-round pick? If so, who do you think they'll get? I think it's more likely they make kind of a shocking trade than trade back into the first round again. Maybe if they do, they'll go after a guy like Jordan Hawkins if he falls a little bit. But I'm just going to throw this out there, Logan. What about a future first-round pick and a couple players for Bradley Beal? That'd be pretty wild. I think San Antonio going to try to surround Victor Wembanyama with some talent. Raphael, thanks for the question. Do you think Damian Lillard will be traded to the Miami Heat? I think it's very possible. I don't see Dame and Scoot playing together. I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense for Portland. I think Dame gets traded. I think it's going to be either Philly or Miami. And what's funny is I think Bradley Beal is going to go to whatever team Dame doesn't go to. So if Dame goes to Philly, Beal's going to Miami. That's my take on that. Stephon Brown, Jaylen Brown for Trae Young. Yeah, that's just not going to happen. I don't think the Celtics would like that. I think it would take Trae Young and maybe a couple picks. Jaylen Brown, I mean, Trae Young's a great player, but I don't think a straight-up swap is realistic there. But the Hawks are my top trade destination here for Jaylen Brown. He's from the A. I think he wants to go back to the A potentially. Arthur, do you think Donovan Mitchell gets traded and Austin Reaves to the Pacers? Yeah, Cavs fans are kind of freaking out because Donovan Mitchell, the Knicks trade rumors are back. I don't think he gets traded, though. And then, yeah, I think the Pacers could be another team to watch for Austin Reaves.